Hello, welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin and it's Saturday, so it's time for my weekly roundup. Yeah, so what is my weekly roundup? It is where we go through my week in crafting and sometimes about the book I'm reading, but once again, I forgot it, so we'll skip that one. Yay! We have 2 pieces of business though to talk about. We have stitch marker of the day, and then I keep forgetting when I wear something I made to tell you about it. So this is, last year this circle vest was like all the rage. Ola Joe was making it, Granny D was making. It's from the lavender chair. There are 2 of them. There's a kid size and an adult size. I made Bingo and me a mommy and me set. So one of them is called Ring Around the Rosie and the other one is called Pocket Full of Posy. I don't know which one this is, but it is whichever one is the adult. I think it's Ring Around the Rosie. I used some Karen Jumbo Ombre and then I didn't have quite enough to finish, so this is just some Karen 1 pounder in like Dove Gray for the last couple rounds. And then Bingo's is made from the same Jumbo Ombre. I think it's Lakeside. I think that's it. Or Whitewater. I think this one might be Whitewater. I think. Okay. And we have the stitch marker of the day from Miss Ellie Leva at Ellie Leva's Crafts and More. We are on day 13 of the Halloween set. So we've got this one and then 2 more to open. And then we will start Sugar Skulls. Yeah! What is this one? What? Oh, that is adorable! It is, I think it's a cream colored pumpkin with orange eyes and features and orange and black beads. It is adorable. It's a brass enamel one. That is cute! I love it. Ellie, your sets are amazing. You are fabulous. And I cannot wait to hop into the next one. Let's see, all of them have 3 on it. Okay, you're going to live here with the other lobster claw ones. Perfect! So like I said, we got 2 more of those, and then we'll move on to the next set. And I know she's got other things in the works. Be sure to check out her community tab. She'll often post when she has it available and a couple little spoilerly pictures. I don't know what I'm saying. So you can see what you might expect to find in that set. Yay! Okay, so what do I have this week? I feel like, looking around, I feel like I'm missing projects and I don't know what I'm missing. So, might be missing some projects. Oh well. What we'll go through first are my finished items, and then we'll hop into my works in progress. So FOs first, and then the whips. We have a finished set of mittens. So I finished Chomp's mittens to match his hat. His hat's on the table behind you. So there we go. This is in Red Heart Super Saver Reef, and the pattern is Mrs. Murdoch's Mittens. It'll be linked down below. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's got 3 different sizes. The pattern asks you to use a 4-weight yarn and a 4mm hook. I did not like that. I thought it was far too stiff and dense. So I made a pair for Bingo and I moved up to a 4.5. It was better, but still a little stiff. So on these, I went up to a 5mm hook. And I mean, I made kind of a conscious effort to crochet it a little tighter than maybe I normally would. I think the fabric is still going to be nice and warm for him, for his little fingers. And yeah, I think it was great. But I did go down. There are 3 sizes. This is the smallest size in the pattern. It is supposed to be for a toddler. He is 6 3/4 years old. He's going to be 7 soon, and these fit him fine with a little bit of room to grow. So if you're curious and want to make those and want to go up a hook size, just remember you might want to go down a pattern size. Just a tip. He is excited. And then what else do I have? Oh, I designed a hat. What? So I've been doing the hat challenge, the 23 hats in 23 with the local yarn shop downtown. It's not downtown. It's in a suburb. I don't know why I said downtown. But anyway, so you make 23 hats in the year 2023 and they will give you a skein of Madeline Tosh yarn. You do have to use yarn you purchased in the store. So I got this Malabrigo 90, and the colorway is Wales Road, and I wanted to make like a V-stitch hat, and I was determined to figure it out, and I think I did. Oh, you can't see it at all. Maybe if I put it on my head. So it's kind of a beanie. Like, I don't want to get all up in your face. So is this weird? Not too weird? A little weird? But anyway, so it's V-stitches. And yeah, I tried to make a V-stitch beanie. And I succeeded. It's a little small on my head. It's like not quite as long as I would like it because I ran out of yarn. This is, it's a super bulky and you get 90 yards. So I was running out, but it's such a beautiful color. Like, look at that color. These blues and purples in it. It's amazing. Oh, this is pretty. I do know they make Wales Road in other weights as well. So if you're like, I don't want that super bulky yarn, I believe I've seen it in either the Rios or the Malabrigo worsted. I check one of those if you're looking for a 4 weight. But yeah, so I've got another hat. It of course fits Bingo adorably, and she has claimed it. It has such a nice silky feel to it as well. It's superwash merino, 100% superwash merino. It's nice. So I gotta take this down to the yarn shop, turn it in. What else do I have for you? I finished it. I got a finished sock. So I finished the second sock. So Bingo has her socks. These are made from the Premier Fruits yarn. She picked out orange, and there we go. The little stitch markers, I haven't taken them off just so you can know which one I just finished. So this was the one I finished before. This is the one just finished, and it's got, ooh, well, a piece of me goes with everything I make, right? So here you go. She is super excited, so now that I've shown you, I'll take the stitch markers off and give them to her. So she is an incredibly tall lady, and she has large feet. So these are probably, I think, these are probably for like maybe shoe size. Well, she's shoe size 9. Little kid's 9. And you can probably wear them through like a big kid's 2, 3 maybe. So if you're looking for shoe sizes, that it's a pattern I made up kind of myself though. So I combined the Crazy Sock Lady's vanilla 9-inch circular needles pattern with a free kid sock pattern that Premier had on their website, and that's how I made it. What else do I have? I feel like I'm flying and kind of talking fast. So, another Bingo project. So funny story, Brian's dad was a jewelry designer, and he would make his jewelry and sell it wholesale at trade shows. At some trade shows in the 80s, they were either next to or very near to the guy that invented Cabbage Patch Kids. So Brian's parents would get all this weird Cabbage Patch merch from the guy. And he has like books of like the original designs. It's kind of cool. But a lot of Cabbage Patch clothes. So there is a scarf that it's for Cabbage Patch dolls, but Bingo likes to try to wear it. So she came to me the other day and asked if I could make a scarf that would match that one. and it is pink, blue, and white stripes. And I was like, sure, we can go. And I happened to be going, sorry, my voice keeps breaking. Happened to be going to Joann's to look for purple yarn for my purple yarn quest. And I told her she could look, and if she saw the yarn she wanted, she could pick it. And she did. She found the Big Twist Living in this color, and it almost matches perfectly. The colorway is Life. And so she had 2 requests. She wanted a scarf, that colorway, and she wanted fringe on it. I don't do a lot of fringe. So I was like, well, if you wanted to exactly match, it's going to be knit, and that's going to take me a long time, or I can crochet it. So she said crochet was okay, and I thought I would try a moss stitch, and she approved. So here is Bingo's fringed moss stitch, pink, white, and blue scarf to match her dolly scarf. There you go. And it fits her lovely. I mean, when you are a 4-year-old, you don't need a huge big scarf, and she's going to wear it more as a fashion scarf than a keep me warm scarf. So that's awesome. This yarn is so soft. It's so silky. But one thing I did notice, the white sections are not quite as plump. It comes in a little bit, and the colored sections are a little thicker. I got to a couple of white sections and I thought, oh my god, did I lose a stitch? What's going on? But no, I think it is just the dye or something with the dye, because it happens in that white section too. Do you see that? And then it pumps back out for the colored. Interesting note. The yarn is lovely, highly recommend, but just gotta watch for that maybe. And now the final finished object I have for you is my last washcloth. I did officially run out of the yarn, and it's almost November, and they are collecting through November 11th. So I'm just going to wrap these up, send them out, and we'll see. I had mentioned maybe transitioning to another charity project. I am going to focus on the Boggy Creek blankets that I kind of said I would make, and then after those are done, we'll look for something else. But here we go. What are you talking about, Erin? I'm talking about washcloths. So this is a washcloth I made. This is using the Suzette stitch. I did a stitch tutorial on it. You can check my videos if you're interested. And I'm using Lily Sugar and Cream. It's like holiday stripe, something like that. And yeah, I made a nice big washcloth. I like it. I think it's got a good texture. I am really liking this stitch. So yes, Suzette stitch. I like it. So this is a, that's a weird way to talk. I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm all tongue-tied. Focus and let's get on. Heather at Strings and Threads was doing Scrubby Sunday, where she was practicing her knitting and making washcloths, and then she found a bunch of crochet ones that she really liked, so she was making all kinds of washcloths. And the American Starfish reached out to her and said, hey, you're making washcloths. We need washcloths because we help homeless vets, and they make washing stations, tiny home communities. They're helping homeless vets get in off the streets and just, you know, get their life going again. And so Heather said, sure. She put out the call, and people have making washcloths and sending them in. They, as I said, they're collecting them through Veterans Day, November 11th. And the address to send them to is down below. If you are interested or want more information, check out Heather's video. She's got a lot more information from them, and she's kind of like the point person between us as a community and the organization. But yeah, this has been a fun project. Thank you, American Starfish, for reaching out, and thank you, Heather, for letting us all know about the opportunity. It was wonderful. It's always kind of weird when something like that wraps up, because it feels like there is a little bit more time. I could probably make 1 or 2 more washcloths, but since I'm out of the yarn, it seems like a good stopping point for me on this particular project. So, actually, there's more projects here than I thought. It still feels like I'm missing some whips. Let's move on to my works in progress. So, as I said, I finished the pair of socks. Here's a little project bag I made, and it has that ridiculous granny square blanket I want to make. So I'm using leftover sock yarn and putting it into a blanket. What's going to eventually be a blanket. I'm just making a gigantic, ever-expanding granny square using the sock yarn. This was Chomp's strawberry socks. I had a lot left over from Bingo's orange socks, and I'm using a 2mm crochet hook, and yeah, like I said, just making an ever-expanding granny square, and at the end I presume I'll have a kind of lightweight, scrappy memory blanket that kind of memorializes all the socks I've made. So yep, added that on. It's actually a pretty decent size now, isn't it? I'm pretty excited. Certainly not going to keep me warm right now, but it's probably about 6 inches. Nice! So yep, added the sock yarn. I'll put that to the side, and we'll see that again when I have more sock yarn to add to it. Speaking of socks, I started another pair. So this is a set I bought from Ginger Snap, or Ginger Snap That on Instagram. She has, it's her and her husband, they have they used to be on Etsy, now they have their own webpage. I think it's just gingersnap.com. I don't know. I go to their Instagram and I see things I like on their Instagram, and then I click the little link in their bio to get to their webpage. So they make these bags. This was like a s'more set that they had over the summer, and I wanted to do it. I am using on this one my Hiya US ones, and here it is. This is their logo, Ginger Snap, and this is their s'more summer fun dust fingering weight. It's 75/25 superwash merino, and it was a set. So it came with this, which is the kind of marshmallow, toasted marshmallowy looking one, and it came with a coordinating mini. It's a bright orange. It is, there's some tonality to it that I think maybe the camera isn't picking up. There you go. You can get it there. So yeah, I started on that. I'm not too far in. That's how far I am. I'm still working on the opening ribbing. I am using a pattern I found on Ravelry. It's a free pattern. It is called, it's from Hypnotic Yarns. It's called the Espresso Shot Shorty Socks by Cheryl Ham. Here's the pattern. Hypnotic Yarns. There it is. And what I want to do with this one is the heels and, well, that's the toe. Heels and toes. So I'm going to do my first color work socks. Kind of color work. Heels and toe color work. It's not the fancy like Fair Isle color work or anything. But yeah. So I am doing, where am I? Okay, I'm right here. I'm on cuff. But it's a nice pattern. It's got lots of pictures in it. It's actually a new heel type for me, so I'm very excited about that. It's an afterthought heel. I've never tried one of those. I'm a little nervous, but we'll do it. It's not the afterthought heel where you have to clip like you're, is it steeking? It's not that. She has you put in waste yarn and then you can pull out the waste yarn, so you don't have to actually cut. You just work it off your waste yarn. So yeah, maybe baby steps into an afterthought heel. Not sure. What else do I have to show you? Let's talk about that Boggy Creek blanket. It is right here. Oh, where's my crochet hook for it? Oh no. Hook, where did you go? Oh, hooky hook hook. Well, let's hope the hook's still in the basement. Oh! It's hanging off the yarn. It does have a stitch marker, but it was just hanging off this thread. Okay. This is the blanket I'm making for Camp Boggy Creek. It is A Suzette stitch blanket. I basically watched a video from Kim's Crochet and Knits where she made a blanket similar to this for her new to-be grandbaby. And I said, that sounds really cool. I would like to try that. And I just took her little infograph and ran with it. So here is where I'm at. I think I'm probably close to halfway done. A little short of halfway. That's where Sneaky Pete ate the yarn and broke it for me. But I'm just using 2 colors striping it so I can carry the yarn up one end and then that will be concealed in the border. I'm using 3-weight yarn, Lion Brand Ice Cream Big Scoop. This is Butter Pecan. Pretty, very pretty. Kind of neutrals, but maybe a more masculine tone. And then the other color I have is Bernat Baby Sport, which is labeled Sport. With these. 1, 2, 3. No sneeze. The color I have here is Cloudburst. It's a nice gray. It says it's a sport. It says Baby Sport, but it's labeled as a 3. And in my opinion, it's a very comparable 3 to Ice Cream. And I think it's looking nice. I think it's looking good. I'm excited. I'm going to do this and then do like a shell border around it and hopefully be done with that pretty soon. I mean, when you take a project category off your plate, you of course free up things for others. So I was kind of working on this at the same time as the washcloths, and now that I don't have the washcloths, I can focus more on this one. Oh, the sneeze, it's coming back. Look at the light. Okay, I only have one final project to show you. This is going to be my Stephen West MKAL. It is not Twists and Turns. I still haven't finished that. But this is the 2023 one, Geogradient. If you don't want spoilers, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you later. If you want to see where I'm at, stick around. I completed Clue 1. I'm very excited. So I completed Clue 1 and then I just set it aside so I could work on the Dino Stomp blanket. I will show the Dino Stomp blanket, but as its own thing. So here we go. It's on the circular, so it's kind of bunched up. But here it is. I think it looks super duper cool. So I left this tail on this side so I know which is the right side of the work. And there we go. Those are my corner marks. And because we're switching and no longer working in the round, I pulled out my stitch marker and I am ready to transition to Clue 2. I'm excited. I mean, so yes, I'm very behind, and Clue 4, the final clue, has already been released, and I'm sure there are people who are already done with it. So one of Stephen's mantras is embrace your pace, and I am embracing my pace. I joke that I'm on the 3-year plan with Twists and Turns. I feel like I'm doing pretty good on Twists and Turns. I'm, I think, not even halfway through Clue 2. And I've had a full year to work on it. So being done with Clue 1, kind of 3 weeks in, I'm okay with. And we'll just see when I finish Clue 2. We'll see. We've got lots on our plate, especially this time of year. And that is all I have for projects to show you. That's, oh, I still managed to blubber blabber for 23 minutes. Do you want to see what I had printed up for other items off my printer? I went a little crazy printing things up. No, let's not talk about this. We'll talk about this later. We'll just say goodbye and I will see you later because I gotta get editing. It's already late. We slept in today. It's crazy. And I will see you later. I'll see you tomorrow for something. There'll be a video. It doesn't matter. Okay, talk to you later. Bye!